Hey everybody, it's Renee and Gil of the Beaver's Big Journey, and we're doing our 21-day raw fruits and vegetable journey. I wanted to show you, I just went to the grocery store and spent about 80 bucks, and I wanted to show you what that looks like. This is enough food to last us for the entire week. If you notice, we have a lot of this peak tea because the people in my house love it, and it's a great alternative to drinking soda, and so we purchased it so that we can have it. These are just some of the things that I have. I was told by my sister, Dr. Angela, that I needed to increase my vitamin D and my iron. And these are some of the ways I'm going to do that. If you notice, we have ground flax, we have chia. Those are two things that I think that every home should have. Some of the great ways to do that. This is not everything I'm going to eat for the week because the other things are still here. But one of the things that really is good for increasing your vitamin D is mushrooms. So I'm going to make some mushrooms. This week I'll probably do about 80% raw because I'm going to eat, I don't like mushrooms raw, so I'm going to saute those a little bit. And we're going to have spinach. And so this journey is really not just about, I've said it before, it's not raw, it's not the law. It's just making sure that it's really to help you not buy as much junk. And so that's why I chose to do raw instead of just regular saying fruits and vegetables. But just wanted to show you, and yes, we have tofu. We love tofu, and I'm going to show you how to prepare it. But this is actually a fermented type of tofu, and I got it from Costco's. So we got most of this stuff from Costco's and a couple of things from a local grocery store because the cherries were cheaper at the local grocery store than at Costco's. And so we have oatmeal. I'm going to show you how to make my famous oatmeal cookies. And just wanted to show you what we're doing. Please tune in tonight because I'm going to show you how to get a $5 waist trainer. So calling all waist trainers, please join us tonight. And we're going to talk about, are your decisions producing results, actions? Are your decisions producing actions and results that you can be proud of? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So join us. And remember, get your $5 waist trainer. Get your $5 waist trainer. See you tonight. Bye. Hey everybody, it is Gil Renee of the Beaver's Big Journey, and it's Renee, and I am going to go ahead and make our meal for tomorrow. And I'm going to show you how to take this wonderful Super 7 salad and turn it into a meal. We buy this a lot. We buy it every week, and we don't necessarily always eat the whole bag. And so what I'm going to show you how to do is to take this salad and turn it into a stir fry. One of the things we're going to start incorporating into our diet at least once a week because it has lots of nutritional benefits is tofu. Tofu's kind of gotten a bad rap. I buy the one that is fermented because that really helps as far as gives you more nutritional benefits. And so what I do is I've already taken it and I've added my Montreal steak seasoning and I've added some Bragg's amino acids, and I kind of let it saute. I kind of just marinate it like you would marinate meat, and it smells really good. And I added some garlic. And so I'm going to show you, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to saute the onions and the mushrooms because mushrooms are packed with vitamin D. However, mushrooms, unless you cook them, you don't get those benefits. So this journey is about eating more fruits and vegetables, and I keep saying it's not making raw the law because some foods you benefit more by them being cooked. What I want to show you though is one of the mistakes that we make as African Americans is that we overcook vegetables, especially greens. So you don't want to cook them and boil them in water for 4 hours. You don't want to use a lot of animal products in them because that cancels out the benefits of it. So I'm going to show you a very healthy way to take an old salad and turn it into a great dish. And we're going to kind of like we have, like my family really likes these. Everybody in my house doesn't eat. I don't eat gluten because I have celiac, and so this is something my family loves. It's just basically a flatbread, and they like to make pitas out of this. And so I'm going to have some tofu and some vegetables already prepared in the refrigerator, so when they're ready to get something to eat, they can just eat it like this. Because it's summer, so I was trying to make quick, easy things. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So here we go. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to use is this is grapeseed oil with garlic in it. I talk about this all the time. This is one of the things that I do to make my oils have a very good flavor without adding salt. So I'm going to add this grapeseed oil in the skillet. The first thing I'm going to cook is the thing that takes the longest. And that's going to be the mushrooms, which, believe it or not, first. Because I like for them to be really brown without them being mushy. So I've already sliced them up. These are actually baby portobellos, and we purchased these at Costco. I have the skillet on high because I kind of want them to get really brown but not mushy. So that's what I'm doing. I was talking a lot today about making decisions that we won't regret, but I want to talk about tomorrow. What I'm going to talk about is what are the things that make a plant-based lifestyle different from any other lifestyle. Because no matter which lifestyle you practice, there's elements of it that can be very, very processed. This journey is more about helping us to live a more natural, less processed lifestyle. To eat more foods that we prepare at home, having meals together as a family, and cooking real food. Even if you decide you're going to eat meat, if you notice, I've never said don't eat meat. I've never said meat is bad. So this is not about putting things on trial. This is about helping you to make educated decisions about what your body needs and what's the healthiest way for you to get it without having any complications or side effects. So the mushrooms look really good. So now I'm going to add the onions. And if you notice, I didn't add any extra oil or anything in there. I'm just going to saute it. And one of the reasons why I want to make sure I show you guys how to do this is because I was, I'm going to bring you guys closer so you can see better. Turn the camera down. Okay. One of the things, when I was having the books printed, just my own personal copy, I was talking to a young lady and we were talking about home ec. I was telling her that I show people how to transition into a plant-based lifestyle by teaching them how to cook. And she said, you know, she said, she must have been around, she was in her early 20s. And she said, you know, when I was in school, they didn't teach home ec. They took it out of the schools. And she said, why do you think they took them out? I said, well, if you're teaching people to eat processed foods and foods on the go, why would teaching them how to cook be a priority? So that's one of the things we need to be conscious about. We need to learn how to cook. We need to know how to cook so we can teach our children, not just our daughters, but our sons. My husband knows how to cook. His mom taught him. And so that's important that you learn how to cook. It's important to be able to be sufficient without having to go and eat processed food. It's okay to eat out sometimes. And another thing I'm going to talk about tomorrow is I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the places that we like to go out and eat. Pause. This is actually the Montreal steak seasoning. And I showed you I take it sometimes and put it in the coffee grinder and grind it. And that's what this one is. That's why this one looks different. So this is still the Montreal steak seasoning, but I actually kind of just grinded it up in the coffee grinder. So we're going to talk about some of the places that we like to eat out as far as restaurants. One of the things we realize when we're traveling, there are lots of vegan restaurants, but I think sometimes vegan restaurants, the food doesn't taste good for everyone. And I like food to be seasoned and to still look and taste good. And so that's what we like. And so we're going to talk about some of the places that we like to go and things that we like to eat, restaurants that we recommend, and we don't get paid by any of these people. We're just telling you our own. This is all of us just sharing our journey. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Okay, so there you go. So there's the onions and the mushrooms, and let me get a plate for them. I try to put everything in a container that I can cover, so then that way it stays fresher longer. And I try to use glass because glass isn't porous, so none of the smells or anything will get stuck in the bowls that you're using. So that's one of the things you want to make sure you get some really nice glass dishes. So this is the onions and the mushrooms, so that's in there. And if you notice, the skillet looks really dark. I'm going to also take a little bit more oil now, put it in the skillet, because now I'm going to do the vegetables. And I want you to see how long I cook them, because this is the mistake that we make. This is just Super 7 salad. I'm going to throw this in here, and you hear it sizzling. And in the Super 7 salad, you have broccoli, Brussels sprouts, Reducci, I think that's the name of the lettuce. And then there's kale. And so there's 7 different things in here, and they're all really good for you. And if you know, broccoli is really much better for you if you eat it a little bit cooked. If you're noticing that it's changing colors, when it changes colors a little bit, I really don't overcook it. I really cook it until it's just a little bit warm. Now for this one, I'm going to add a little bit of the mozzarella steak seasoning. And because there's garlic in the oil, I'm not going to necessarily add any more, because when we make the guacamole, whatever we're going to put on here, there'll probably be some garlic in that as well. So if you see, I'm sauteing this, and I have the skillet on high, and I'm going to just let it cook until I see that it looks, the color is a little bit different, but not to the point where it turns dark. You know, normally when your vegetables get really dark like that, it's because they're probably dead, and you don't want that. You still want them to be alive. So then I'm going to keep this in another container. Get this out of the way. And so it's all about preparation. The more prepared you are, the more things you have on hand. We do live in a fast food society, but it doesn't have to be fast food that wasn't prepared at home. And just because you eat at home, it doesn't mean you're eating homemade meals. So we want to make sure we're eating more home-cooked food. So this is what the salad looks like. And I'm going to put it in this container. And then the last thing I'm going to do is the tofu. So I've already marinated it. You want to marinate things like eggplant and tofu just like you would marinate meat. You marinate those type of vegetables and you'll get the same results. So there's that. Now I'm going to add more oil because I'm cooking something different. This I'm going to use a little bit more because tofu, it can be mushy and we don't want it to be mushy. So I'm going to add this into the skillet. And of course it's going to do that because there's still a lot of water in here. And we're going to just kind of saute it. This I will let cook a little bit longer because I don't want it to have a lot of water in it. And so you're going to saute this. And this is just tofu with mozzarella steak seasoning and a little bit of Bragg's amino acids, along with the oil that we put in there. This is my walnut oil. And oh my goodness, it smells. I wish this was smell-o-vision because it smells delicious. Put that in there and I'm going to let it cook. And the good thing about this is that tofu kind of takes on the flavor of whatever you prepare it with. Because I added the mozzarella steak seasoning to it, it's going to take on that flavor of the mozzarella steak seasoning. And we want to let it cook until it's not mushy. I normally buy this is my first time ever buying this type from Costco. But we're going to let it cook because we don't want it to be wet and mushy. So I'm going to let this just kind of cook a little bit longer. And you can really smell that garlic. It really, really makes a big difference. So when you guys have your oils out, make sure you take some fresh garlic and put it in there. It's going to really give you a lot of flavor. And it also adds to the nutritional value of your oil by adding the garlic. One of the things I'm really looking into and researching is the relationship between your cholesterol and diabetes. You know, we always think that sugar is the culprit, but when your cholesterol levels are not regulated, that could have something, that could be an effect too. So I'm kind of researching that and looking. Hey everybody, I'm back, and so this is our end results. This is Gil's plate. This is actually the tofu, the vegetables. I actually put some extra spinach in there, the mushrooms, and so this is his plate. He'll have 2 of these. So that's what he's going to have. He'll probably have a salad as well. And this is mine. This is the gluten-free wrap. I have extra spinach. I have the Super 7 salad. I have the tofu. I have the mushrooms and onions. I have, I also have sprinkled some cayenne pepper. And I've also sprinkled some flaxseed. So I try to make sure I put that in every single one of my meals. And I want to show you something that I did. Because we are eating plant-based and we have so much leftover fruits and stuff. This was a watermelon that we had that had kind of gotten a little bit too ripe. So rather than throwing it away, I put it in the Vitamixer. And now I actually added some chia seeds to it. And so if you look at it, it kind of makes it like a jelly. And I'm going to have this as my dessert. So this is like 1/4 of a cup of watermelon with 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. So this is just something I'm going to have as a snack. My taste buds are probably a little bit different than most of you guys, so this is just something that I'm doing, just different ways of showing you how not to waste food. So if you get a watermelon that's a little bit too fried, you can put it in your smoothie. You can make like this jello out of it. And this is actually a plant-based jello because there's no animal products. This is just the results of using the chia seeds. So chia seeds absorb 3 times their weight. So if you put chia seeds in something with water, it's going to turn it into a gel. So I didn't put a whole lot because I didn't want it to be too much chia seeds, but just wanted to show you. And so this is our dinner tonight. I just want to show you what we're having, and hopefully you guys will incorporate more plant-based meals into your life as a result of this journey, and that you will know more about yourself, your body, God, fruits, and vegetables. And so hope this video finds you guys all having a great night. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and join us on this journey towards living a life with fewer regrets. Please tell your family and friends, and see you tomorrow live on Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace out. Bye. And another thing you can do with tofu is you can actually press it on the counter with paper towel and water, paper towel to get the water out. I didn't do that with this, so I want to just kind of see what it tastes like, because now we don't eat meat at all, so we don't have anything that we're comparing it to. Before, the texture had to be a certain way because we were comparing it to meat. Now we're just doing it because of the nutritional value of it. So I'm going to take this bowl and rinse it out because I don't want it to be wet. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back, and I have my skillet, my little bowl already ready, and it looks like there's not as much water in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a napkin in the bottom of here so that it can absorb any water. And then that way, whenever someone wants to eat something, they can just grab this bowl with the tofu, the vegetables, and the onions, and make like, you can put it over a salad, you can put it in soup, you can put it in a pita. I'm going to use these are gluten-free wraps. I'm going to use this is spinach. And so this is what I'm going to wrap mine in. And so this, like I said, this journey is not about being, you can do 90% raw, you can do 80% raw, you can do 100% raw. I'm probably doing it on this journey. I am probably doing about 90% raw. I try to make sure that I only have one cooked meal throughout the day, and because I'm not trying to lose too much weight, and I want to maintain, just a healthy metabolism. So I'm trying to make sure I don't overdo it. Because I was already, when you go from eating meat to doing 21 days of raw, that's fine. But when you go from already getting plant-based and doing that, it can do a lot of damage to the digestive system. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep that in mind. So for those of you guys who don't feel bad if you don't do 100% raw, that's okay. It's about you eating more home-cooked whole food, which means unprocessed. And you'll ask me that question, what does unprocessed mean? Changing it totally, like this is processed. This is taking some spinach and making it into something else. However, there are more benefits than consequences. So you just want to make sure that you're eating foods that are going to be more beneficial to you, and less foods that are going to be hazardous to your health. So I just want to show you that, and I'm going to show you the end result, what it's going to look like. And I hope that this video finds you guys all having a good day. Remember, join us on the 21-day raw fruits and vegetable journey on Facebook Live, Renee M. Beavers, and tell your family and friends. Remember, our book will be coming out soon, Tragedy to Majesty. Make sure you guys spread the word. I'm really excited to be able to share this with you guys. Hopefully that it'll be very helpful to you guys in your relationship with yourself, with God, yourself, and other people. So I'm going to come back and show you this. I'm going to cut out and phase out, and I'll come back and show you the end result. Hi everyone, it's Renee. I'm getting orders together to send out to people all over the country for their Regiment 3-Day Detox. Please get involved and order your Regiment 3-Day Detox today at www.b3regiment.com. Remember, in order to get permanent results, you have to make permanent changes. Bye.